G'day, this is Simon at South OC Cars and Coffee. I'm with Tim with what we'll call take two, because we did this a few weeks ago and somebody had technical issues and, well, the video didn't turn out. So this week we get to do it again. Tim's amazing car of the week. What is it, mate?
1967 Camaro convertible.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite cars I've ever seen here. Check this thing out. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a sucker for a Camaro. In particular, what you may not know is I'm a really big sucker for a Gen 1. In this case, 1967. That RS front end, I think that is one of the most imposing and sexy front ends put on a car anywhere in the world. I just love the look of that car. But what makes this thing so special is it's not just the front end. There's a little bit of a glimmer that's happening down next to it. Talk to me about carbon fiber, Tim, because I think the word overboard is verging here. Man, you've just gone over the top. It's so cool. What have you done?
So it's got a lot of carbon fiber accents. We've got carbon fiber front and rear bumper, front splitter, wheel lips. It's got the mirrors. It's got carbon fiber accents on the interior. It's got carbon fiber rear spoiler, rear bumper. Under the hood, you're going to see some carbon fiber accents. So I tried to kind of tie everything together with some carbon fiber.
It is beautiful and it looks so in place and it goes so well with this color. It's not at all overdone. It just looks very in place. The only place I've seen carbon fiber looking as in place is on something like an exotic, like a Pagani, for example. So what you've done is really tasteful. Let's talk about the builder. So you found someone to build the car. Let's talk how that process went.
Yeah. So I've been really good friends with a gentleman who runs Top Line Performance in Huntington Beach for a lot of years. So Mario at Top Line helped me with, we ordered the chassis from Roadster Shop, had it shipped to his shop. We took it all apart, powder coat everything, put it back together. He helped me put the LS9 together, put it in the car. So the transmission is a T56. You know, it's got a 9-inch rear end. As I said, a full Roadster Shop chassis with 14-inch bare brakes, 6-piston brakes. You know, it's just a complete custom build.
It is absolutely magnificent. Let's talk about the color as well. That's a GM color, you were saying.
It is. It's called Son of a Gun Metal Gray. It's a General Motors 2017-18 GM color. They did it on Corvettes, Camaros, Cadillacs. I picked it out because it was GM color. I want something in the gray family, but I liked how it popped, and at night it looks almost black. It's
really pretty. The other thing I want to point out here, as a fan of the TV show Bitchin' Rides, Dave Kindig up in Salt Lake City, an amazing car builder. This is one of his proprietary door handles. You actually push on the door handle and it springs out. Gives you those clean lines along the side of the car. As Chip Foose, I remember watching him say on overhauling once that if you eliminate things on the side that distract your eye tends to flow along the side of the vehicles. And those door handles of Dave's are exactly that type of thing. They just look so great. Now, there's an Aussie connection with the interior. Let's talk about that. What's that out of?
Oh, 2006 GTO.
Which, of course, is an Aussie-built Holden Monaro, built about a half an hour from where I grew up as a kid. So the GTO, of course, would have had headrests up here, but you've obviously got rid of those and trimmed them all in?
Yeah, so my interior guy, Deluxe Interiors up in El Monte, did a lot of cool stuff with it. We integrated the headrest down into the seats. We didn't want the headrest to take over the convertible
No,
car.
exactly.
They sit too high. He narrowed the seats, made them smaller. You know, so it's now it's nice and modern, comfortable. It's got lumbar. It's got power seats. It's got all kinds of power stuff. You know, push button start, navigation system, air conditioning. Power windows, it's even got an alarm system. It's got a little bit of everything in it.
And what I love about this interior is, well, apart from the smell, I wish you guys could smell this, is obviously beautiful leather. But for me, one of the biggest challenges when you're doing up a car of this era is making the interior look contemporary, but so it doesn't outdate within a few years. And one of the mistakes I think a lot of people make is they'll make the car interior look hyper modern at the time they build the car, and then within a few years the outside of the car looks great and the interior is starting to look outdated. Same thing happens with wheels, but the cool thing about wheels, of course, is you can change the wheels as the styles change. But this interior looks like it could have come from the factory like this, which there's not many car builders that I think really do that very well. The instrumentation on this does that. Everything about that is beautiful. One of the other things you pointed out earlier too is typically this would have a crash pad across the top here, and you've made that out of metal. That's all one piece of metal across there.
Yeah, so I had my metal guy, when he was doing the custom dash work for me, get rid of the dash pad completely, and we metal worked it, put some design in it, and just filled in the speaker original
Yep.
that was there, and just made it more modern. And I think it just pops. It looks completely different.
Oh, I do too. So the real magic starts under the hood. Let's pop the hood and check this thing out. That right there is an LS9, and I think in the world of the alloy-based LS motors, that's the holy grail. That motor was only used by GM in a couple of different vehicles, one of which, of course, was the C6 ZR1 Corvette, but it was also used in Australia in some of the Holden Special Vehicles, HSV vehicles as well. It's supercharged, it's got a bigger blower than the LSA that they used in the ZR1 Camaros and also the Cadillac CTS-V. But there's a lot of internal things that people don't know about, aside from the factory having a slightly more aggressive cam lobe and the bigger supercharger. It also had things like priority squirters on the oil, a whole lot of different things. But I'm looking at this, that this thing is not stock. What have you done?
No, so it's got ported heads on it from PRC out of Texas Speed. It's got Lingenfelter snout. It's got upgraded bricks in the supercharger. The supercharger's been ported. It's got a 102 throttle body. It's got a CVF pulley system, all billet pulley system.
Yep.
The thing puts out stock. They're about 640, 650 horsepower from the factory. That's what the Corvette rates them. This is about 750 probably.
Yep.
So it runs really, really good.
And the nice thing about these cars is internally they already have forged pistons, forged con rods. They have all the good stuff. So it's a great motor to add horsepower to, because it's already designed to be able to handle horsepower. Just some little things I'm noticing, like a Mighty Mouse catch can over here. That's because when you increase the boost on a motor with using a smaller pulley, you actually create crankcase pressure from blow-by, and if that crankcase pressure becomes too much, you actually get oil coming up through the different PCV vents on the back of the valve cover and in the front of the engine. And you don't want that to go back into the motor for two reasons. Obviously, you don't want oil going into the front of the engine just because it's not good. It clags up all the valves and everything. But secondary, it also drops the octane level when you're running fumes back into the front of the motor. So a really, really cool thing to do. I love how clean the underside of the hood is on this car as well. Just so many little details that have been done. Bits of carbon fiber over here again and over here. It's just a super, super clean car on every angle. Tim, as our Car of the Week winner, very, very worthy winner, you get this Meguiar's complete kit, including the hot shine foam, the quick interior detailer, the perfect clarity glass cleaner, ultimate wash and wax, the hyper ceramic detailer, and also the microfiber. Keep this amazing, amazing 1967 Camaro in the pristine condition it's in. Thanks so much for bringing it out, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Simon, and thank you, Meguiar's.